Pleasant day to everyone, and welcome to International Conference on Education, Environment, and Agriculture 2021. My name is Amerigo B. Ramos Jr. from Bulacan Agricultural State College, and I am here to present my study entitled Effects of Background Music, Classical, Jazz, and Pop on Students' Performance in Science 9 in Akle High School. For the introduction, one of the specific strategies now commonly used to supplement and enhance student learning is the use of background music. Studies have shown that music plays a very important role in society, and it has a strong influence on today's youth. With this information, the effort includes background music in teaching or during independent work time can become a means to promote student learning and further increase their performance in science. For the conceptual framework, the input process output. For the input, we have the pre-tests lesson in grade 9 science unit 3, and for the process, the use of background music during the activity and ICL and written quiz. For the output, we have the post-tests and the effects of background music on the performance of students. For the research questions, the general problem of the study is how effective is the use of background music on students' performance in Science 9? Specifically, the study aims to answer the following questions. Number one, is there a significant difference between the mean scores in pre-test and post-tests of Science 9 students with background music and without background music? Number two, which among the three background music genres, the classical, jazz, and pop, significantly increased the students' performance in Science 9? For the significance of the study, the information obtained from this study will be of great value to the Department of Education. This provides information pertaining to the different strategies that could bring positive results in the Philippine classroom environment. The use of background music in teaching could help in increasing students' performance in science. For the methodology, the study utilized a descriptive method of research to appraise the effects of background music on students' performance in Science 9. A pre-test, post-test control, and experimental group design were used in the research. The interpretation and the description of the data gathered were presented. For the respondents and research design, the subject of this study was the grade 9 students of Akle High School located at Akle, San Ildefonso, Bulacan. The totality of the students for the school year 2016-2017 is 142 students from Section 9 Manga, 9 Atis, and 9 Chico that consist of 78 female students and 64 male students. For the sampling method, Section 9 Manga was the control group, while Section 9 Atis and 9 Chico were the experimental groups. A total of 85 students were exposed to the use of background music. The setup was done since the former is a pilot section, while the latter are heterogeneous sections. The study investigated if there was a significant difference between the scores of the control and experimental group. The instruments that was used in the study was 10-point multiple choice pre and post tests patterned from the grade 9 science module. This was done to cover the content of the study. This also made the test valid and reliable because the questions and contents were all in line with the content and performance standards set by the Department of Education. For the background music that was utilized in the experiment were pop music from Billboard charts, archived pop songs in 2015, and jazz music from Smooth Jazz Songs, Billboard 2015, and classical music patterned from the study conducted by MAAS in 2013. Speakers were placed inside the classroom in front and at the back, and music was played during the activity or ICL. For the data analysis, the scripted procedure was used for analysis and interpretation. Once the data were gathered, it was analyzed using MS Excel. A paired t-test determined if there was a significant increase in the mean scores before and after the use of background music in Science 9. To be considered significant, 0.05 degrees of freedom was set. For the result and discussion, so the effect of background music on students' performance in Science 9, the results revealed that through the pre-test and post-test experimental design, it is shown in Table 1 the significant difference between the performance of the students before and after their exposure to the background music. 3 background music genres were utilized in this study. So these are the results of the pre-test, post-test scores in the 3 music genres, the classical, the pop, and the jazz. A mean gain score of 5.035 from the mean post-test scores of 6.882 was obtained from the classical music. For the pop music, the mean post-test score of 5.235 yielded a mean gain score of 3.047. Furthermore, a mean gain score of 3.059 was attained from the mean post-test score of 4.988 from the 10-item multiple choice test given to 85 grade 9 students. Overall implication of the test revealed that it is not enough to say that the performance of the students in science significantly increased after their exposure to all the background music genres, the classical, pop, and jazz. And this is the graphical comparison among the mean gain scores of the 3 genres. The graph strictly represents the mean gain score of the 3 background music utilized in the study. As can be noticed from the graph, classical music exhibited the greatest number of gain score, from which is 5.035. It is further depicted that though all of the genres revealed significant in increasing the students' performance, classical music was way ahead from the 2 other genres. As observed, pop music and jazz music gained 3.047 and 3.058 respectively. For the conclusion, based on the results of the study, the t-test revealed that there was a significant increase in their pre-test, post-test scores. Thus, the null hypothesis was rejected. This further supports the different research findings that background music can increase the performance of the students. Among the 3 music genres, classical music exhibited the greatest number of increase in gain score. The significance of this research on background music could be of great use to teachers and their students. Concentration and focus were very evident during the study. External noises were eliminated because of the background music being played during the activities and ICLs. Furthermore, students were able to accomplish tasks on the time allotted for them with comprehension. For the recommendation, researcher recommends for future study to increase the number of participants. Increasing the size will make the study more relevant and significant. The selection of music can also be a factor to consider in future study. Thank you very much for listening. Stay safe and God bless us all.